Spectrum News are discussing a new partnership. Our Katie Jambroga explains what that will mean for SU.
And bakers are hopping as Easter approaches. Bakeries everywhere are scrambling to maximize their season before the weather warms up. Those stories and more when News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
We are just moments away from the Student Government Association annual executive debate. Welcome to News Live at 6 for this Thursday. I'm Luke Welch.
And I'm Kaitlin Campbell. The debate will hear directly from candidates from the leadership of SGAs. Citrus TV's Jackson Breslin and Isabella Galan are co-moderating the debate, which will be airing on our YouTube channel and OTN.
Jackson and Isabella are joining us live from the National Veterans Resource Center. What can you tell us about the candidates today and the topics that you guys will be discussing?
Yeah, it's going to be, again, it is a debate, but it is more of a town hall since they are all running uncontested for comptroller, vice president, and for president.
And Isabella, because these candidates are running uncontested, it really gives us an opportunity to take a deeper dive into who they are and learn a little bit more about what they're planning to do in these roles. Now, starting to look into these candidates, looking at Ryan Boucher, he is the candidate for comptroller. He's a junior majoring in finance and real estate. He's from Fort Covington, New York. He's been an SGA Finance Board member since the beginning of this year. And he's also the Alumni Relations Chairman for the fraternity Pi Kappa Alpha.
Yeah, and looking to the candidate for vice president, we have Max Latchett, who is a sophomore triple majoring in biotechnology, biochemistry, and neuroscience. He's also been involved in SGA since his freshman year and won Assembly Member of the Year and currently serves as Speaker Pro Temp, which is the second highest ranking member of the Student Assembly. Now looking forward to our candidate for president, we have Emily Castillo Melian, who is a sophomore dual major in policy studies and citizenship and civic engagement from Doral, Florida, who is the current Speaker of the Assembly for SGA and is also a university senator.
So what are some of the topics we'll hear the candidates talk about tonight?
Yeah, Luke, the big thing that we're really wanting to learn is how are these candidates going to be working with the incoming Chancellor, Mike Haney? How is this incoming administration with SGA really going to work with him? And then it's also important for us to ask them, how are they really going to explain their roles to the student body? Because sometimes it feels like SGA is this mysterious organization that people don't really know what's going on. We're hoping to get a little bit more information about how they're planning to tell the student body about what they're going to be doing during their administration.
And in addition to that too, like we said, these positions are uncontested, so we really want to get to know them personally and see why these positions continue to be uncontested year after year.
And as you mentioned, the debate is coming up in just a little bit over an hour at 7:30. We will see you guys on YouTube and OTN. Luke and Kaitlin, back to you.
Jackson, Isabel, we're looking forward to it. Well, happening now in Newhouse, a panel of Spectrum officials and reporters are announcing a new partnership between Spectrum and the Communications School. Our Katie Jambroga spoke to students and Spectrum staff about what the partnership means for the classroom.
The SI Newhouse School of Public Communications has announced its new partnership with Spectrum News, and students seem to be excited.
I feel like it'll help students get involved in more like news and stuff like that, and maybe like potential internships.
Maybe some more internship opportunities, shadow opportunities for students.
But Mike Baer at Spectrum Networks has even more reason why this partnership is something for students to look forward to.
The idea was, what if we could literally collaborate together and embed our newsroom into Syracuse, into the Newhouse School, and have students work side by side with professionals to do content every day.
Working with professionals and getting hands-on learning in the industry is expected to give journalism students in Newhouse an invaluable experience.
And so you'll do stories, and you'll have a chance to do stories that are meaningful. You'll have professionals helping you learn to be better at it. But I think you come with us. Our purpose is to foster democracy. And we do that by creating more informed communities.
Baer says that working with Spectrum will give students an experience like no other.
If you come and spend the time with us, you'll learn a different kind of journalism, and you won't be in a noisy newsroom that's just trying to chase things. Right? We're creating original news every day. We're not trying to react to news.
The future will only tell the benefit that Spectrum's partnership will have on journalism students. For CitrusTV News, I'm Katie Jambroga.
Katie, thanks so much for your coverage. SU students, listen up. Your free subscription to the New York Times is getting an upgrade. SU Library says students will now have access to the beloved NYT Games, Audio, Wirecutter, and The Athletic. Students will see the change upon their next login to the New York Times with their SYR email.
And planning your classes might be getting easier this year. Clementine, an AI tool announced yesterday, can break down SU's course catalog, making it easier for searching those classes students need. Students can access the tool through MySlice in the class search window. ITS services suggest that Clementine is used as a starting point and to still verify details in MySlice or with an advisor.
For students looking to break out some dance moves this weekend, Autothon is back. The 10-hour dance marathon raises funds for Upstate Golisano's Children's Hospital. This Saturday will feature performances, games, interactive activities, and special appearances from children who have been treated at Golisano's. Autothon has raised more than $1 million since its founding. Tune into a special interview with organizers this Saturday on Juice and Java.
Syracuse's Giving Day was the most successful in history, with more than $9,000 donors giving nearly $4 million, Around a quarter of those donations was towards SU's athletic program, following the confirmation of Jerry McNamara of the new men's basketball head coach. According to the Giving Day campaign website, donations to the athletic program towards building a championship caliber program.
Well, Giving Day was a success, but the weather today was the gift that just kept on giving. Those nice temperatures. It was like I was finally feeling happy again, walking outside. That rain has come and it's kind of depressing now, but those temperatures were just something to write home to.
Well, it felt like a relief here. I feel like we've been seeing that constant snow, and then today I walked outside and I was so excited to see the sunshine.
There is a light at that end of the tunnel. Well, Sophia Braun is outside on the weather deck for us. Sophia, is that rain still sticking around?
Well, guys, right now it is currently 52 degrees, and going into later tonight, it's going to dip down to about 49 degrees. But as you can see by everything around me right now, there isn't snow anymore, even after yesterday's below freezing temperatures and that a little bit of that remaining snowfall. And because the temperatures are now hitting that 50-degree sweet spot, we're starting to see some of those allergens come out of the grass. You know, rain is one of the biggest problems right now because it's actually carrying those allergens down all of these different roads behind me and towards your community, towards the buildings where you are living in right now. That can be extremely dangerous because one of the chemicals and things that are going in the water right now is actually a fungi, and it's called snow mold. Now, the snow mold was living under the snow for several months throughout the winter, and now that all that snow is melting and we're getting these rainy temperatures, we're starting to see that come into the air, and that's causing your allergies to come out sooner than you might expect because we're not even seeing the leaves on the trees right now. So that's something to pay attention to. Extremely important to be taking your allergy meds in addition to packing your umbrellas when you step outside right now. That's all I have for right now, guys.
Sophia, thanks so much. Hopefully soon we'll be seeing you back in the studio so you can dry off. Well, after the Department of Transportation introduced measures to protect it just 2 months ago, another truck has hit the Onondaga Lake Parkway Bridge. Traffic is now back to normal on the parkway, which has more than 50 signs and warnings against trucks driving under the bridge. The 53-year-old driver was issued 3 tickets for disobeying said signs. The box truck got stuck around 8 a.m. The bridge has been hit 34 times since 2022, with 8 of those crashes in 2025.
A 16-year-old is facing numerous traffic law violations after driving state police on a multi-county pursuit. Police attempted a traffic stop in DeWitt yesterday afternoon, but the driver fled. The juvenile intentionally struck a police vehicle on I-81 and drove officers to Oswego and Oneida counties before running out of gas. The juvenile faces reckless endangerment and criminal mischief charges.
On Wednesdays, attorneys for the Nob Hill Apartments challenged the city during a court hearing at the county Supreme Court. They argued for more time and the extent of the violations the city has cited. Tenants also spoke about persistent issues such as broken elevators, lights, and garbage issues. The city is now asking the courts to step in as complaints have been filed since April of 2025, with many issues not being fixed in a timely manner. Judge Robert Antonacci ordered the city and the apartment complex to use the next week to review each violation.
Well, the latest in Clay, Onondaga County is planning another business park right across the street from Micron's upcoming semiconductor factory. White Pine Science and Technology Park would house companies that will supply Micron's plant. The planned layout contains up to 10 buildings with warehousing, data management, and distribution facilities. No tenants for the park have been yet selected.
The runway that saw a plane crash into a fire truck at LaGuardia Airport has reopened. The collision on Monday resulted in the death of both pilots and the aircraft and several injuries. The Port Authority of New York and New Jersey say the reopening of the runway will help, quote, restore full operational capacity, end quote. LaGuardia currently has the most delays and cancellations among U.S. airports.
Today, State Senator Chris Ryan spoke in Albany about the Senate's One House budget proposal and reforms to aid workers across the state. The budget aims to make services and child care more affordable while also protecting workers' rights. Ryan said, quote, this is about making sure government works for working people. We still have work to do in negotiations with our partners in the Assembly and the Executive, but this proposal sets a strong foundation for delivering real results. The proposal tackles wage theft, retirement security reform, disability insurance, support for service workers, workplace safety and compensation hearings, and tax relief. This comes as the April 1st deadline for New York State budget approaches.
And as Easter approaches, bakeries everywhere are scrambling to maximize the last major holiday before the summer season drives down business. Our Boone Kilpatrick was up early to see what it takes to navigate the crunch.
It's 7:30 in the morning, and for many Central New Yorkers, their day will start with a pickup right here at Geddes Bakery in North Syracuse. Be it a Danish or a donut, or a baker's dozen to celebrate a major event later on today. But just what goes into making these sweet treats? As I come to find out, it's no cakewalk.
Anything coming out of the fruit box?
It starts at 3 in the morning for Peter Pappas and his motley crew. Together they beat, pipe, and sift to make thousands of pastries. It's an intricate dance they have to perfect every morning.
I don't think people understand how much stress comes with this job. You know, you've got to get a lot of stuff done in a short amount of time.
Time really is money, and for them, there's simply no time to waste.
You don't want an oven that's empty. If the oven's empty, you're losing money.
Losing money is never good, but around this time of year,
Easter for us is the last major holiday, so you need the revenue from Easter to help get you through those full summer months.
It's grueling mentally and physically. Papa says the high price of running a business in New York means holiday revenue is life or death.
Let's say our regular work week or our work day here, we're making, let's say, 20 different items each. Thanksgiving Day and the weeks leading up to it, we're probably doing around 4 times as much within the same time period.
Holidays get to you. You get arguments. We got family members here. We get in arguments. We've been in fights.
Still, like all jobs that demand the most, there's always something sweet to make it worthwhile.
We're actually part of someone's holiday, to be honest with you, or someone's happy occasion. That makes me happy.
In North Syracuse, Boone Kilpatrick, Citrus TV.
Still ahead on News Live at 6, the Trump administration held a cabinet meeting in hopes of securing funding for DHS from Congress and rally votes for the President's Save America Act. How Democrats are responding or not, next.
Plus, though funding has yet to be secured, your data is going to Homeland Security. How the DHS plans to use voter information in their fight against unlawful immigration when your campus news leader returns.
Hi, my name is Sadie Miller.
My name is Luke Brady. I go by St. Luke.
So this one I started with this guitar lick.
You're watching Citrus TV News, live at 6, with Luke Welch, Kaitlin Campbell, and Sophie Braun. Now, your campus news leader continues.
And they're great negotiators. I say they're lousy fighters, but they're great negotiators. They are begging to work out a deal. I don't know if we'll be able to do that. I don't know if we're willing to do that. They should have done that 4 weeks ago. They should have done it 2 years ago.
President Trump there in today's cabinet meeting with his administration discussing the ongoing war in Iran. This comes as Congress remains split over DHS funding and Trump's Save America Act, which would add new strict ID requirements for voting.
The president's team discussing how talks of a peace deal aren't expected in the near future. Just an hour ago, Trump extended the deadline placed on Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz to April 6th. Though there has been diplomatic communication through Pakistan, military operations will continue.
Meanwhile, in Congress, Democrats in the House and Senate have yet to respond to the GOP's, quote, last and final counteroffer in funding the department that oversees ICE and TSA. Now the new Secretary of DHS, Mark Raymond, spent the day on Capitol Hill trying to draw votes from the Senate minority. And sticking with the Department of Homeland Security, the DOJ and DHS are close to reaching a deal to share voter data to use in criminal and immigration investigations. This initial collection of the data by the DOJ is being litigated in dozens of states already.
The DHS intends to use the data to determine whether non-citizens are unlawfully registered or have cast votes in previous elections. Though the Justice Department hasn't communicated their plans with the courts, which could lead to lawyers leading at the efforts to face sanctions, according to the American Bar Association.
Well, staying with the Justice Department, former President of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, appeared in court today to ask for his drug trafficking indictment to be thrown out due to a dispute over legal fees. This is his first court appearance with the ex-leader and his wife since their arraignment in January.
The couple remains jailed at a detention center in Brooklyn, with neither requesting bail. The presiding judge has yet to set a trial date.
Now to the West Coast, as California lawmakers have officially voted to rename Cesar Chavez Day to Farm Workers Day. The change comes following allegations that Chavez had sexually abused girls and women during the 1960s.
Republican Senator Suzette Valladares says, quote, "This is not about one person. This is not about one narrative. It's about honoring generations of sacrifice, of resilience, and hope," end quote. California will celebrate this holiday this Tuesday.
Well, from the Olympic Committee is now banning trans women from competing in the women's sporting categories at the Olympics. The policy says eligibility for women's sports is limited to biological females.
The new policy aligns with an executive order signed by President Trump. Eligibility for the games will be decided by a gene screening.
It's unclear how many transgender women have competed in the Olympics. The next Olympics is set for 2028 in Los Angeles.
After the break, I'll have a look at your 5-day forecast, and we're bringing last week's bracket back. Stay with us.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. Let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. Unfortunately, it's going to get cold again before it can get warm again. Starting off with Friday, temperatures are going to be colder than today. We're going to see a high of 37 degrees and cloudy skies. Going into Saturday, though, we have a high of 35 degrees, but we can expect some snow showers and maybe even the sun coming out for a little bit on Saturday. We're going to get a whole mix of weather. But for Sunday, it's going to warm up just a little bit. We're going to see those temperatures hit a high of 53 degrees and partly cloudy skies. That'll continue into Monday with a high even warming up to the peak for the next 5 days with a high of get some rain to probably wash away the sun and any of that residual pollen. But let's bring back our weather bracket that we had last week. I know some of my picks didn't really turn out the way I was hoping for them to, but you can still play along and vote on Citrus TV News on Instagram. We have our next round of voting up live right now, so take part. I will say the results of round 1, it was closer than I was expecting. We have our winner between Snow Squall and Blizzard. We have Blizzard with 52%. That's pretty close for that vote right there. Then between Thunderstorm and Hailstorm, we have Thunderstorm with 96%, so that one wasn't as close. But between heat wave and rain showers, we have rain showers with 54% in favor. So you can go and vote and continue to play along. I know my bracket didn't do as well as we were hoping, but that's all we have for right now.
Yeah. Coming up, both Syracuse men's and women's lacrosse is right back at it this weekend with all the momentum on their side. Plus, it's MLB's opening day, how the Yankees and Mets fared in their first games of the year right after this.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner! Go?
Excellent. Soccer is fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Welcome back to Live at 6. Number 5 Syracuse men's lacrosse has a big matchup with number 6 Duke. Number 5 SU women's lacrosse aims to keep momentum this weekend against Pitt, and baseball is officially back. I'm Drew Alba. SU men's lacrosse takes on undefeated Duke on Saturday. The Orange have won 5 in a row, including a dominant 18-12 victory over then number 13 Georgetown. The win against the Hoyas is the Cuse's 7th victory over current top 20 teams and its 9th ranked opponent. On the other side of things, the Blue Devils have played just 2 current ranked opponents. Their best win came just last week to then number 14 Denver in a narrow 1-goal win. Cuse head coach Gary Gait is excited to see how the different scheduling plays out on Saturday.
We'll see how it plays out, you know. You got to, they're certainly going to, not be as battle tested or worn, so but that may give them a little bit more freshness, and so we'll see how the two tactics play out here on the Saturday.
Two teams played. Syracuse got the better of Duke in a 9-8 victory in the ACC championship game. It was the third ever ACC title for the Cuse and its first since 2016. This time around, there isn't quite a conference banner at stake, but still, it is the first ACC match of the season for the Orange. Game time is on Saturday at 2. Catch Orange Press Pass after the game for all post-game coverage right here on Citrus TV. On the flip side, number 5 SU women's lacrosse comes in with the same type of momentum as the men. The Orange have won 8 straight after losing the first 3 games of the season. Syracuse can make it 9 straight against number 24 Pitt on Saturday. Kaitlin John Donato leads the Panthers with 30 goals and 38 points, while on the other end of things, midfielder Molly Guzik for the Orange has been excellent. The sophomore has found the back of the net a team best 27 times. It's an early one on Saturday, so set your alarms. First draw is set for 10. Over to baseball, the Yankees had the pleasure of kicking off not just their schedule, but the entire MLB season last night against the Giants, and boy, was it a fun one for the Bronx Bombers. Let's see how it went down in San Fran. Once again, this is game number 1 for the Yankees, and right away, Jose Caballero laces it left field line. The Yankees get on the board nice and early. A double scores 1. It's Yanks on top 1-0 in the top of the second. And then it's infielder Ryan McMahon for the Yankees right after his first time in a pinstripes jersey, a little chopper right back where she came from. That single scores a pair of runs. It's the Yanks on top 3-0 over the Giants, taken to him in the top of the second. You know what else is taken to it? That baseball from Trent Grisham off the top of the wall. Can't quite get out, but it does score 2. Grisham headfirst dive into third base with a triple. There were no homers in this contest. That's about as close as you're going to get. Trent Grisham gets back into the batter's box and sends it back up into the air. But how about this play? Harrison Bader. Oh yeah, a nice little sliding grab. Yanks on top 5-0 in the top of the 4th. That's about the only highlight, though, for the Giants as Giancarlo Stanton singles into center field. That scores yet another run. Yankees on top 6-0, and they just add on a 7-0 win for the Yanks. Max Fried went 6 1/3 innings, did not give up a run. All right, that's all I got for sports. Back to you guys.
Drew, thank you so much. When we come back, we'll have one last look at your wake-up weather.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Welcome to my house. Lately, not my happy place. Everybody's pretty tired of each other. The parents were not themselves. My little brothers were morphing into small creatures. The walls were closing in. Clearly, a case of too much family, too close, 24/7. And there's a lot of that going around right now. If this sounds like your house, try going someplace new. YourLifeYourVoice.org. You'll find lots of ideas to help you handle the family stresses of being confined to close quarters. YourLifeYourVoice.org. It might not get you out of the house, but it could help you find a little more breathing room.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. Let's take a look at your wake-up weather. When you wake up tomorrow morning, temperatures will be sitting at a high of 27 degrees. You're going to expect cloudy skies. It'll be nice and cold, especially with the 16 miles per hour wind gusts that are going to make it feel more like 12 degrees. That's all I have from weather. Guys.
Sophia, thank you so much. That's all we have for Citrus TV News Live at 6 for this Thursday.
Don't forget you can follow us on X and Instagram at Citrus TV News. Now for the entire Citrus TV News team, I'm Kaitlin Campbell.
And I'm Welch. Have a great night, Syracuse.